we-dos, where we go down the path together and we find out, well, this looks good this way, but this doesn't look so good, so what's wrong? Because we're not teaching a course in Google Sheets. We're teaching the course on how to use them, which means you go for what you need. And we're looking at data. Using the interval data to make a bar chart is perfect. It's great. That's where you're going to probably be working with 3rd, 5th, and 7th graders. But when you go above that, if you want a histogram, if you want mean, median, mode, standard deviation, something other than just a bar graph, Google Sheets must use the raw data. If you put the raw data in and you ask it to do the mean, median, mode, standard deviation, it'll do it to you, with you, and you don't even have to put the sample numbers in. Just put that raw data in, 20 of them. And then if you ask it to do a histogram, it will decide how wide the interval should be. What are the intervals on the histogram, Ashley?
4.5, 5.1, 5.7, 6.3, 6.9, 7.5.
It did its own intervals, and it set up a histogram. And again, it's not completely beautifully normal. It's got something out the left end, and it's got that blank space. Now, let's suppose you wanted to do one next time when you're teaching the kids so you can show something sort of normal. How can you do that? Can you manipulate the data to do it, or can you manipulate the intervals to do it? What can you do with that? All of the above. Absolutely. Manipulating the intervals will do interesting things. It will make things look differently. There's an entire book written that's called How to Lie with Statistics. That's the actual title of the book. And it talks about manipulation of the data that you got. Not lying about the data, just lying about the way you present it. You know, like I chose to leave out those trace elements. I can do that. It's legal. So I can make my graph look like one. If I wanted to focus on, I could focus on the trace elements. Here you can manipulate the intervals. It's just like if you're doing research, you can change to your level of confidence or your different type error, whether you want 2%, 5%, 10%. So, questions? All right. Ashley shared it. So let me pull it up. Because she sat up here and played with all of them. All right, where did you share it in that folder?
No, ma'am, I shared it to your email.
Share it in my email. Let me go there then. I'll pull it up. Okay. Putting in the raw data, putting in the range data. Here's the histogram of the raw data. Here's just a bar graph of the raw data. Mean, median, and mode. You see what it did whenever it came over. Standard deviation, all that good stuff. We can do a chart of that.
I think that one's the wrong one.
Yeah, this is the one from the group data, I think.
No, that's the raw data.
Okay.
The one you slid down at the bottom is the group data.
Okay, this is group, which is wrong. This is the raw, which is right. Notice the standard deviation is quite small. The true test of normally distributed data is for your mean, your median, and your mode to be very closely connected to each other, with a very small standard deviation. So stuff we don't look at and say, oh, that doesn't look normal, could be normal. All right, questions? Okay. Do y'all want to do a quick break before I go into the lesson plan piece? All right, let's do a quick break and go into the lesson plan piece, and then that you do, because you have to make it fit your age group.